out with. Jonathan Majors finally decided to go ahead and do an interview with Good Morning America. Now, right off the bat, my antennas flew up and I got suspicious. They announced a couple of days ago that Jonathan Majors was going to do his first interview on Good Morning America. And immediately, the conspiracy person in me started looking sideways because Good Morning America is on ABC, which is owned by Disney. Disney just fired him from Marvel after he was convicted of a couple misdemeanors. So why in the world would I do my first exclusive interview with the people who fired me, with the company? I do an interview with anybody, but the people who fired me, you know what I'm saying? Somebody said he should go to Club Shay Shay. He should have went to Club Shay Shay for the interview, right? But no, that's kind of strange though. It's kind of strange. And you got to understand, when you get to that level of stardom, when you get to that level of the industry, everything is calculated. Nothing is just done by accident. Everything is well thought out. So it leads me to believe that perhaps when he got fired from Disney, they said, you know what, we're going to fire you from Marvel. You're not going to be Kang in the Marvel movies and the Avengers movies no more, but we're going to get you some help. We're going to get you some help, and we're going to set you up with an interview, maybe help prepare your image, and maybe in the future you can work again. Because remember, there are actors who had trouble early in their careers that were off the rail. And Robert Downey Jr. is the biggest example that I could think of, who had a real troubled past, a lot of arrests, jail, drugs. He had his issues early in his career. But later, in his life, in his, I think, 40s, late 30s, 40s, 50s or whatever, he was able to kind of get it together and have a great career in Hollywood and have a good comeback story. And maybe they're trying to set him up for that. So I'm thinking that when they fired him, they had a plan in place, to kind of help him get back right. And I think, because it's just real weird to me that he would do an interview on Good Morning America. But anyway, let's jump right into it though. You know what I'm saying? First of all, not to be funny, man, but they interviewing him, man, and they showed the shot of him with his legs crossed. And I'm like, what kind of pants he got on? He got on these bell-bottom, funny-looking jeans. I'm like, what in the world is going on here? You know what I'm saying? They got him these bell-bottoms. It's already funny after he was wearing those little funny hats all the time when he was going back and forth to court and stuff. But so I had to get over that part. I'm like, come on, Brian, be a little more mature than that. But I'm like, what kind of pants he wearing? All right. So first of all, he denied ever hitting her. As a matter of fact, Jonathan Majors denied ever hitting any woman in his life. He said he never, ever struck a woman in his life. He was found guilty, of course, of not intentionally assaulting her, but he was found guilty of a misdemeanor of being reckless. And what the court found was that he was reckless when he put her back in the car, and he caused her to be injured by doing so. She had a fractured middle finger and some kind of, I think, cut or something in her eye. The prosecution alleged that he hit her. He said he never hit her. He said that he don't even know how he fractured her. She fractured her finger. He said he don't know how she fractured her finger. He said he didn't do it. But at any rate, she had a fractured finger. He said that he didn't do that. He said that she should have never been in the car with her. He said that he never abused her. Also, what was interesting during this interview, they showed pictures of his injuries. He got injured. He had a cut on his face, and he had some scratches on his wrist. Somehow, those injuries were not admissible in court, so they weren't able to show that in court. I wonder why. It's kind of odd, you know what I'm saying? Because it would show that they were kind of fighting each other that night. One thing we found out during the interview that during the trial, there were text messages that came out where he called himself a monster and said that he should kill himself. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of weird. That probably didn't look so good. Here's the thing. It seems to me that Jonathan Majors, because he even admitted that he wasn't the best boyfriend and he played with her hard. And in the interview, the interviewer mentioned a Rolling Stone article that came out. And by the way, I don't think I like Rolling Stone that much, man. I don't really care for them. That's another story for another day. But Rolling Stone came out with an article saying that they interviewed some of his old girlfriends way back from college, and he has a history of abuse. They say he was abusive. Again, he denied that. He said he never abused anyone, but he said that he's been a mean boyfriend. He was mean when he was younger. It just seems to me, you know, he said he wasn't the best boyfriend. It seems to me like he just needs to get some help. He got some kind of anger issue. You know what I'm saying? Because even throughout the trial, some of the stuff that came out, him encouraging her not to go to the hospital for certain injuries when she had a head injury, and just a lot of stuff seemed kind of fishy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he need to get some help, man. What I do believe, though, I do believe that as fans and as a society, we shouldn't throw him out. We should give him a chance for redemption. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he needs some help. I think he's a very fine actor, and I don't like how people make mistakes and we just throw them away. Obviously he should have never been with this woman in the first place. You know what I'm saying? He should have never been with her at all. This might be a little controversial, but I'm gonna go ahead and speak my opinion, man. Okay, first of all, a lot of the social media and a lot of the commentary throughout this whole Jonathan Majors saga has been centered around the fact that he was dating a Caucasian woman, a white woman, and he shouldn't have been dating interracially. I want to just come out and say I don't have a problem with interracial dating at all. I have no problem with it. That's not the issue here. You know what I'm saying? You have good people and bad people of every race. Black men get caught up against other black women all the time. So it ain't, because, she was white. Look at Tupac got caught up. You know what I'm saying? That was a black woman. And Mike Tyson, I can just go on and on and on. It has nothing to do with race, man. It's just two people, you know what I'm saying, who were in a toxic relationship. But here's what I do think, though, and this might be the controversial part. I feel like when you are that big of a deal, you got to date on your level. Listen, this man was working on Ant-Man, a big blockbuster movie, and she was some kind of wardrobe person, I believe. And it's like, first of all, you shouldn't date where you work anyway. But you definitely shouldn't date the help. I know that sounds bad, but you shouldn't date the help, man. I mean, you have to go a level down. You should be dating somebody on your level. And not saying that you can't date somebody that works in wardrobe, but a lot of times these people are trying to come up. You're trying to come up. So it's a reason why you where you are and she's where she at. And even showed itself when they released some of the recordings. He's yelling at her about coming in late drinking. He's trying to tell her to be Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama. He's trying to tell her, look, I'm at a certain level. I conduct myself a certain way. I got a certain responsibility to my community. If you're going to be with me, I need you to conduct yourself a certain way. But bruh, she working wardrobe, bruh. She working wardrobe and you are a A-list movie star. It don't match. So you're trying to get her to conduct herself a certain way. She going out drinking. She coming home late drunk. And she don't understand that she a reflection of you. Man, you dating down. And there's nothing worse than trying to be in a relationship with someone and you're trying to get them to understand the level you at and the level you're trying to be. And you're trying to pull them up so bad, but they fighting it. They fighting against it. They fighting you. They're not trying to get pulled up. And furthermore, if you're gonna talk to a bunch of girls, man, and talk, because he admitted that he was messing around on her behind her back, and it's like when you get focused, man, you gotta stay focused, you gotta stay locked in, man, because these little relationships and messing around with the wrong person can just mess you up. A lot of times, man, these extra relationships will get you caught up. So I think if you're really trying to go after a dream, find you a good, solid partner and just be faithful to them and just lock in, and again, I'm not perfect. I'm not here to act like I'm holier than thou, like I'm, just the perfect man. I'm just commentating. I'm just speaking on what I see. And to me, the issue was that he kind of dated down. He went down and dated somebody that wasn't on his level. And he was just still trying to be a playboy, instead of being locked in and focused. And that got him caught up. Now, Megan Good was there during the interview, and she looked real focused. They showed the camera on her, and she was just looking at, and they talked about how they cried together in court and all this stuff. And let's just hope this is a solid relationship. Let's just hope that they work out. They're a good couple because he needs a good woman on his level. Unfortunately, it's not too late, but he's gonna have to like redeem himself, and it might take a while. Um, and I think this whole conspiracy thing with with that Good Morning America, I think Disney kind of like might look out for him once he gets help. Sort of like Draymond Green, how Golden State Warriors and the NBA looked out for him to make sure he redeemed himself. But I'll talk a little bit about that later too. But yeah, the Jonathan Majors thing is real funny. Uh, Again, I think sometimes I think with the mind of a conspiracy theorist sometimes. But remember when a few months back, Jonathan Majors, TMZ caught him on camera trying to break up a fight in Hollywood at Hollywood High School between two students, and it's like, it was all shown, it was the footage was all there, and Jonathan Majors breaks up a fight between. That all seemed fishy to me too, man. Like he was trying to get some good press. So this situation was orchestrated to show him being a peacemaker ahead of the whole trial. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this just seems funny, man. But hopefully he gets a second chance, man, because we shouldn't throw people away, man. You know what I'm saying? I hope that Jonathan Majors redeems himself. And I pray for the other girl, man, the girl that he was with. And I wasn't trying to be offensive when I said she was the help. I'm just speaking. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, So hopefully, she gets the help she needs because, and hopefully she prospers in her career and whatever. But that's my take on the Jonathan Major stuff, man. How do y'all feel about it? Do y'all think I'm tripping? Do y'all think it was an interracial problem, which I don't think so? Or do you think I'm right about he shouldn't have been dating the help? Let me know, man. Send me a message, write it in the comments, man. But that's a big deal, man. Shout out to Jonathan Majors. Shout out to the girl. Shout out to Making Good. Shout out to Marvel. Shout out to ABC Good Morning America. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm ready to